Because what God cannot do does not exist.
That's actually wrong, because God cannot watch this film. He cannot. He'll turn it off. I'm going to try to be as respectful as I can be in this video, as I always am, when I say that Christian entertainment, specifically Christian movies, are not good. Exhibit A.
Of men, the dignitaries of men, the brilliance of men.
Is the plane working? It looks like something is seriously wrong.
And yea, the intellectual capability.
What is the fog on the floor of the plane? Is that the presence of God? This video hits a little home for me because I go to Action Chapel every now and then. And above all that, I'm very passionate and emotional when it comes to church stuff. Why? I don't really know. Maybe because I'm an ordained pastor too. And I'm not the holiest one, but I always feel intensely when it comes to stuff like this. And so everything I say in this video, I say out of love. I will bring my emotions along in this video, but for you, kindly leave yours at the door. Don't say I didn't warn you. Especially my Christian brethren who feel like they have to defend everything just because it's their church or just because it's church. Don't say I didn't warn you. This movie is called A Taste of Sin, and it is star-studded. Majid Michel, Jackie Appiah, the Action Chapel Choir and the Action Chapel stage. James Gardiner, Kofi Ajololo, who I'm very sure was paid for this one. I hope so.
Old man like me, they'll call me and can't work, and then they can't pay me.
I'm very sure he was paid. And this movie just got on Netflix, which is not a good thing because this movie is not great. According to the comments I've seen on Twitter, I've seen some good comments, but the numbers are just not, like, the ratio is just too much. A lot of people do not like the film. Now, as soon as I saw that it was on Netflix, I knew this was not going to end well because I actually went to watch it at the cinema when it came out. My good friend Miss AC, who runs the Christian channel for Nurses Ministry, check her out. She invited me to go and watch this film. And I thought, okay, let's go and see it. And every one of us in that theater, even the children of God, we're not really happy when we were coming out. It was not a day to remember, and even if it was for all the bad reasons. Now let's go into the movie and let's see why this is the case. So Jackie Appiah plays Ruth, who is the wife of Pastor Teddy, played by James Gardiner, who most Ghanaians know as Mr. Amazing.
You look amazing, Pot. You look amazing. You look amazing. Look, Abner, let me not hold you on for too long. Have an amazing night.
I also think that if they are going to do a live action version of the movie Rango, they should cast him because he kind of has similar eyes like the lizard. But that's not why we're here. And so their problem is they cannot have a child and the man's mom is troubling them.
They say that we can pray for a barren woman to get pregnant. Yet, we cannot pray for ourselves to have a child of our own.
Where have we seen that a million times before? I don't know. Let me know in the comments.
When God says it's time, He will surely bless us with children. You remember Abraham and Sarah, don't you?
And then the maid walks in. That's a good reference. That's a very good. I like that shot. I don't even think they thought of it when they did it, but that was very good. You see, you don't go to church, so you don't understand what I'm saying. Oh. By the way, this movie was made by the same guy who made many of the movies I have reviewed on this channel. And so if you have seen those videos, then you gotta know what to expect.
Mrs. Hansen, your results shows that there's a damage to your uterus. I guess this was not detected early and treated. And so it's led to a condition that we call an incompetent cervix.
Now, I don't know, but this sounds very medically wrong. Her uterus has a problem, but then the condition is called an incompetent cervix. Is she carrying the government in between her legs?
Your wife has the condition we call the Sherman syndrome, which is caused by the bruising of the uterus. And that leads to infertility. And
lo and behold, yes, the entire thing is medically wrong. So he says that the woman has
Sherman syndrome,
which is caused by the bruising of the uterus. So I googled it and it turns out that Sherman's disease is a disease that affects the spine. Like, it's not anywhere near the womb, it's the spine, bro. Like, also he says that the woman's uterus had a problem, right? Bruising, incompetent cervix, all that stuff. But then later on we learned that Jackie Appiah had a baby deletion. Okay, they deleted a baby.
So Nana knows about it.
They took me to this far location to get the child removed.
And in the process, the guy had to remove her womb.
For the baby to be completely removed, we might have to move her womb.
That was when she was a child. So how then is it that now the womb is bruised?
which is caused by the bruising of the uterus.
First of all, the story is too cliche. You know, we've seen this thing a million times. The woman being barren and all that stuff. Let's wrap it up. But you know the reason why it's like that, right? They're setting it up for a miracle to happen at the end so that the people of God can clap at the power of God. Just like a church play. Just like a church play. So the main conflict happens when Pastor Teddy goes into Anita's hotel room, which is conveniently unlocked when she is taking her bath. I mean, there are many ways you could have shown the guy lusting after the girl. He could have just looked at her. Like, it could have just been as simple as him seeing her walking up and down and shaking. You understand? That's, you know, that's there. But a lady in a hotel room taking her bath and not locking the door, that is not, you know, it's a very bad... I'm going to be calm in this video. I'm being calm. So he saw the supple, light-skinned breast of this daughter of Zion, and they say nothing is too hard for the Lord. Except this guy right now, because he was bricked up inside his holy trousers.
I found myself lusting after you, but I couldn't even leave.
So it turns out the girl also liked it too. She saw him.
I know. I saw you.
But you saw me?
And rivers of living waters flowed down her body.
Amen. My man is on fire. The devil's in trouble.
Pastor Teddy, what a surprise.
I actually came here to fight.
You came here to fight, Simbad. Spiritual Jet Li.
I came to fight my feelings for you. But you've become the bane of my existence.
So he came to fight the feelings in her house, and in this scene, they are supposed to kiss, right? That's what's supposed to happen. But they didn't actually kiss in the scene. Because this is a church film, and so the Women's Fellowship will not be happy seeing James Gardner and this woman who have licked 1,000 tongues on screen over the years. They won't like to see them kiss. Oh, Charlie, what is all this?
I feel empty.
That's because you are empty. You've emptied everything out of your body. That's the post-nut clarity hitting you. Charlie. So Anita gets pregnant. He advises her to do an abortion. She dies, and then the news blows up.
Yes, Anita, but she just died. Yes, in my hospital.
Now pay attention to this part. The news blows up. They're doing all these street interviews. The news is everywhere. Okay. At this point, he is still in the car from the hospital because he's wearing the same suit. This is what he was wearing in the hospital. Now he's in the car wearing the same suit. They have already done street interviews and edited it and put it out, and it's blown up everywhere while he's still in the car. He hears the news on the radio in the car.
Breaking news coming in from the Church of God. Popular gospel singer Anita has just died. Reports are alleging that she died from an attempted abortion. It is also alleged that Pastor Teddy literally forced her to terminate her baby after a scandalous affair.
And then by the time he gets home, the police are already there to arrest him. Why he's going to jail, we don't know. But the most important question over here is, who is that daughter of Zion over there? Who is she? Lord of mercy, my goodness. Looking at that, I wouldn't mind having a taste of sin myself right now. I've come to fight. Who is she? I want to fight.
Actually came here to fight.
And the rest of the movie from this point is just...
You had a taste of sin.
I've failed you, Papa. My son. You have failed God.
Brethren, you cannot fail God beyond the failure you already were before you were born again. You can't. What is all this? You have failed God, you have failed God. You have failed man, you can't fail God.
He knew my name even before I was born. He called me into his works, and I obeyed. He knew a day like this was going to come, and yet he watched me fall into the trap of the devil.
Are we blaming God now? Is God the one who asked you to go and fight? Please.
I have served God in spirit and in truth. Just a taste of sin.
And this is the problem with Christian movies. At this point, the movie becomes like a sermon. There's a scene where somebody's giving him money and he says, "No, I don't take money for preaching anymore."
No, I don't take money for preaching.
Majid, who was using the church to make money, gets a stroke. And we have a scene where God is talking to him.
Todd, why are you down? Todd, stand. You have the power. Stand, son.
And the rest of this movie has every cliche in the book. And brethren, we need to stop doing this thing. Like, this kind of thing does not work. It doesn't serve the purpose of bringing more people into the body. Like, the fact that you put scriptures in a movie does not make it nice. Like, there's a scene where Pastor Teddy, after he has been shamed, is preaching on the street, and then he heals a guy. You know, he prays for him, and the guy gets up from his wheelchair.
I read about how God has used you to heal a paralyzed man.
In the mighty name of Jesus, rise up and walk.
In fact,
Rise up and walk. Rise up and walk.
your humility and faith
Rise up and walk.
are second to
In the
none.
name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus.
You were humble
In the mighty
enough
name
to
of Jesus.
accept
Rise up and
your
walk.
mistakes.
Oh, Jesus. Rise up and walk. Oh, I serve
The devil.
Hey, and you see, we always complain that the devil and his people are getting our children to the movies. They are using the media to destroy the people. You know why they're able to do that? Because their movies are great. They know that the preachy movies where they try to push a message in front of you, they don't work. And we know that because Hollywood has been trying to do that for the past couple of years, trying to be preachy about all kinds of things, and people hate those films. So why do we think they would work? They wouldn't work. Like, there's a show called Lucifer that most of the children, the youth in the church have watched. You know why they watch it? Because it's good. The show is about the enemy of God. Yes, the people of God watch it. Why? Not because they are sinners. No, we are all sinners. Because the movie is good. On the flip side, on the Christian side, you have The Chosen, the best Christian Jesus film ever made. A lot of people watch The Chosen, even non-Christians. You know why? Because The Chosen is good. And it's not like the church doesn't understand this. We understand it when it comes to music. Church music is the best. Church musicians are the best musicians. You can't, like, you don't put a person behind the keyboard or give him a mic to sing just because they are anointed and they know scriptures. They should actually know how to play. And a lot of church musicians are the best musicians in the world. They have the competence. That's why they are there. That's why gospel music is so huge. Gospel music is like probably the most influential music genre of all time, really, like of modern music. A lot of the R&B people, the soul music, a lot of them started from church, and a lot of them get their inspiration from church stuff. The last time I went to Action Chapel, I cried. I was sitting at the front of the church and I cried. You know why? The music moved me. I'm not even joking. The music moved me to tears. It was great. However, this movie moved me away from Netflix in about like an hour. I had to come back and watch it again to make this video. Even if you look at the Bible, the stories in the Bible are so insane that the devilish people take the Bible stories and make better movies than the church will ever make. Because church people have this idea that every piece of entertainment needs to have people praying in tongues and preaching, and none of that is bad. But if the storytelling of the film falls flat, the message will fall flat. Like, do we understand? Like, Jesus Christ spoke in parables many times, and he told great stories. Why? Because the message will shine if the story is great. But let's cut our people some slack, okay? I think this is like Dominion TV's very first major film, but this movie was made by Ghanaian filmmaking veterans. This wasn't made by the church drama team. They paid a lot of money. You can tell that a lot of money went into this. But then again, if you've watched my other videos reviewing old Ghanaian movies, you kind of know that this is what you expect.
How much time? How much time, doctor?
Maybe weeks, days, hours.
minutes, maybe even seconds.
You know what's crazy? The doctor said a very, very similar line in the movie I just reviewed in my last video. You can check it out over here. Is it coming over here?
How long does she have?
Say days, weeks, months. In fact, it's possible losing her this very hour.
And so, as I said before, the entire movie was set up for miracles to happen at the end. So at the end, they pray for Majid Michel and then he wakes up.
Humility. Clothed with humility.
Oh, Jackie Appiah, at the end, Ruth, even though her womb was removed, the Lord restored her womb and gave her a child.
I thought I had malaria or something. And then the test results came out and it says, I'm pregnant.
Miracle, yeah. These kind of things don't work. They don't work.
Because what God cannot do does not exist.
That's actually wrong because God cannot watch this film. He cannot. He'll turn it off. But I will say this. The movie is not as bad as people say it is. We've seen worse movies from these guys. Not Dominion TV, the Ghanaian movie legends. If you haven't, if you are new, watch my other videos and you see what I'm saying. This movie is not like... It's not terrible the way people are saying, like it's completely bad. But it's not great. And then the ending of the movie is the one that took me out. The ending is like a sermon from Archbishop.
I mean, you can be inspired and encouraged by my ministry, but you don't have to be like me.
And I watched this at Silverbed. So imagine us sitting down over there with our popcorns listening to a sermon. I'm sorry, I'm a child of God, but I don't pay money to go to Silverbed to watch sermons, bro.
I could say I love you, but I know I can't have you because you love your wife.
I still won't ask you to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I will ask you to leave the comments below. Let me know what you think about the video. If you want to see another crazy movie, another movie where Majid Michel was acting crazy, check out the video that will come up on your screen very soon. I love the Lord and the church so much that I was willing to make this video, but I still don't love... No, I can't say that. I can't say I still don't love the Lord and the church as much as I love you guys, because I love the Lord more than you guys. Well, I'll see you guys soon in another video. Sing the song.
I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe, but you go share my video if you know you're feeling my vibe. People, I go never ever ask you to like and subscribe,